Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world's famous juggler, Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Fan-freaking-tastic. Got to see some wonderful prog rock this last week, so life is fantastic. How are you, Ozzy?
Well, I am alive as of July 30th
It's a plus.
at 8:12 p.m. So if I'm not alive when this episode airs, sorry?
I'll put an in memorial thing at the beginning if so.
Oh, and make sure to do it with a ribs picture.
Oh,
Really
you know what?
classy.
It'll be a big deal. I'll do it in the style of "Tell Me a Lie" for Shawn Michaels.
Oh, there you go. Also with us, ladies and gentlemen, that other voice you hear is Flesh Wound producer Todd. 9 times out of 10 chilling. This being one of those 9.
Yeah, we'll
Or
go
not chilling so much.
Chilling.
Is because still chilling.
But the
Fantastic.
thumbs up are gone. Like, does that mean
Why did you need to
things
remind
aren't as
him?
good?
That's not necessary.
I just want to make sure Todd's okay.
No, you don't just want to make sure. You just want to annoy me.
I mean, can't two things be true at the same time?
That is true. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this week we are reviewing and discussing Stay Tuned, which was released on August 14th, 1992, with a runtime of 88 minutes, rated PG, written by Tom S. Parker, Jim Genowin, and Richard Siegel. All 3 of those were responsible for the story, with Tom and Jim writing it. Directed by Peter Hyams, starring John Ritter and Pam Dauber, and Jeffrey Jones, also featuring Eugene Levy. Initial thoughts on this: I'd always seen kind of commercials or just saw it was on the guide, but I never really got around to actually watching it. And I'm glad it came up. It was very entertaining from start to finish. And I don't know how this didn't make my rotation or how I missed it in general, but I hadn't seen this before. So, Greg. Oh, wait, no, hold on a second.
Oh.
Will you have a trailer?
Well, you didn't ask for it yet.
That's why I'm asking for it now.
Oh, well, yeah. We got a trailer. You want me to hit play?
Yeah, it's almost like, oh, okay, well, you didn't ask, so get rid of it.
All right.
Next time, just interrupt
get rid
him
of it.
talking and play trailers.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but I have something you want. A new TV?
It broadcast programs no one had ever seen.
Wednesday at 9, don't miss an all-new episode of The Silencer of the Lambs.
Then one night, Roy and Helen Nabel got sucked in and discovered that hell is one TV show after another.
Let's welcome our new contestants, Roy and Helen Nabel.
And they're starring in every show.
I've watched enough wrestling to know one thing. It's all fake. No one ever gets...
Not fake. Not fake.
The object, Mr. Pierce, is to kill them before they reach the end.
Oh my God, we're cartoons.
I am not a mouse. I'm Helen Nabel. I have 2 beautiful children.
Our parents are trapped in television.
Now, they can't go home. They can only switch channels.
Where'd he go?
Hey, lady, watch out!
And every series is a nightmare.
That's entertainment.
Because Satan is the sponsor.
Okay, everybody, head spins. Very good. Very nice.
Well, time to rock and roll.
Start me up. Start me up. Start me
Don't miss this comedy from hell.
That'll save her.
Stay tuned.
Where have you been?
Again, that was Stay Tuned. Rated PG, released August 14th, 1992, with a runtime of 88 minutes. Kind of jumped the gun in terms of initial thoughts. I had missed it, never got around to it. Glad we got around to it now. Greg?
Yeah, so this movie came up when one night it was just on Amazon Prime, which is where it's currently streaming.
As of July 30th.
Yes. And just perusing stuff, I was like, what's a fun movie I might be able to watch with my wife? And I saw John Ritter, and I was like, oh, he's always a good time, and watched the trailer, and instantly, like, I messaged you guys and was like, when can we do this? Because the trailer alone, I was just like, this looks like a lot of fun. And this, again, like yourself, I missed it, and it I'm not sure why or how that happened. Never even heard of it, and I think that, and kind of a spoiler for some of my rating, I think more people need to know about this film. It's definitely a hidden gem.
Yeah, it literally just came and disappeared. Like as soon as it was released, it flopped and just disappeared on video. Kind of languished for a lot of years till it finally got a physical release. Yeah, the trailer, seeing that as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, I got to see this. Loved the movie, and I tried my hardest to find it. But when I was a kid, I made a couple movies based off this, going into TV shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find and post a clip in here, but I couldn't. I did find ECW tapes from they used to get from there. It's in the same box. I was like, oh, I found it. And then I was like, it's ECW Extreme Warfare Volume 1 when Kimono Wanalea is stripped naked on top of the. Yeah, you remember that gimmick. But yeah, so I've loved this since '92. It's just one that more people need to see, and it's just kind of one that kind of, I don't know, it has a small cult, but it needs to be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more ahead of its time. I think it's at the time of its release, a lot of the gags, specifically the television show spoofs of the darker humor variety, hit better now, I think, than in the early 90s. Because I think early 90s, seeing John Ritter, people were maybe expecting a little bit more clean.
Right.
And I would think that's why it would flop. Todd, mate.
It's still a PG film. I mean, it's
still pretty clean.
Yeah.
But in terms of autopsies of the rich and famous,
it is dark humor.
There's a lot of dark humor in there when it makes really a lot of fun of these shows. And yeah, if you had never heard of this movie, it's definitely worth checking out. But it's hard to pick a favorite moment for me. And I know that's ironic because one of my biggest complaints is, or whenever we have specific movies, one of the things I'll say is I never want to watch animation. You know what I mean by that is I never want to watch animation for 2 hours in one long 2-hour story. But the animation that happened in this film was fantastic.
Did you catch this? Because I almost messaged to warn you. Because on the Amazon listing, on the one that's on Prime, if you click it, the category says animation and comedy. I was like, Ozzy's going to think that animated movie. And I was waiting for the in the chat, but it never came.
Well, it's because it wasn't. It was animation for like, I think, 10 minutes.
Which is funny because the version you can rent is like listed under comedy.
All right.
Mm. Now, the Amazon Prime version, is it censored?
No.
Okay, because one of my favorite moments was, one of them was in the trailer, but so I'll leave that one alone. But the Yogi beer, that bit, and the kid at one point says, "Get me another beer." And then it sounds like he was going to say a certain B word,
right?
But that is not
babe.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if that was censored or if that was intended because of the rating or what.
It could have been one that they dialed back to get the PG 13 too.
Got it.
But I mean, it's not like a censored version, as in it was always like that.
Got it.
You know what I mean? It could have they could have been like, okay, we're gonna cut that for the PG.
Yeah. So that was my favorite. Although I do have to say that Three's Company moment is what got me very interested because that gave me a good chuckle.
I'm glad I saw the movie before seeing the trailer, so that when that moment happened in the movie, it was like,
yeah.
Oh, this is great. So
yeah, it's hard to top that as like the best moment, but I mean, it is in the trailer. I gotta when the cop tells her husband that he's dead for sadistic home videos, I was just like,
which oddly enough, like we were watching it, we are like, that's something that I could see people actually doing today, and that's just where things have gone.
Did you guys have a favorite punny name? I know I just threw that one out there, but I gotta go with the David Dukes of Hazzard. That one.
Yes, that was the one in the end credits.
Yeah, that was the last one.
They're like, well, if we got to cut it, that's the one that's going.
Right. The Exorcisist was a particular favorite.
Yeah, I think that concept, I mean, it's just, taking the stuff and just, it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like this movie, and that's why it shocks me so much that it didn't do well, but it's like this, it's like a more wholesome Beetlejuice, with a little, like, Willy Wonka weirdness at times, but it has that just strange zany world vibe to it and just a little twist on reality. So I'm just so shocked that this movie hasn't made its popular rounds, at least at this point. Like Kevin Smith, nobody watched Clerks when it first came out, but still nobody's watched it, but he's gotten more popular.
So you want to give it a rating?
Oh, yeah, I'll give it a 5. Like, I love this movie. Like, this is definitely going in my rotation of things I check back in on from time to time.
Todd?
Well, I mean, it inspired me to make my own movies. So, I mean, yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me, too. It's really hard not to give it just because of the amount of... If you really want to think about it one way, at the time in the early 90s of trying to do some of these jokes, bravo.
Yeah.
Those are some bold choices, and I appreciate that it even exists now in 2023 to enjoy that. So
and can we just say that Eugene Levy has simultaneously aged and not aged a day. Like, it's a weird situation.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what that whole deal is about, but I do want to ask you guys, in the theme of the film, if you were in that situation where you were changing through channels, where do you find yourself being the, like, you look around and be like, oh crap, I'm in this place, I'm done, I'm dead, this place is the worst place I could be?
Monday nights on USA. I'm sorry, that more
could be an actual location. It's true within TV. That's the point of the question.
I guess the Home and Garden Network just would not go well.
It doesn't matter where you put me. I'm treating it like The Purge, so I'm good anywhere.
I was quite envious when he got to the bridge of Star Trek. I was just like, oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, I keep thinking of I mean, would a movie count? No, it wouldn't, because
you can flip through the TV and land on a movie. That's acceptable.
The only thing I could think about would be the
Interspace.
ass scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then the chamber, the well of the souls.
Oh.
All right, I'm out. Go ahead, kill me. I'm done. Make it quick. That's the only thing that was coming to mind. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around. What if you jumped in and here's the world, and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. Nothing can stop me 100%. I could survive here as long as I wanted.
Total Bellas.
Oh man, it would have to be either Red Dwarf or Nick Arcade. I think I'd be all right in either of those shows.
Todd,
I don't even know. Like, it's a big decision.
I think I could easily.
Cheers, done.
There you go.
Move over, Norm.
I think if I were in a cartoon, I'd be set for eternity.
Oh, there we go.
But you hate cartoon.
That's because here's the thing. I think like a cartoon character, so I don't want to watch more cartoons because I already think like a cartoon. Makes sense? It's like cartoon overload.
That's fair. Oh,
Should have
be
picked the
part
girl.
of Animaniacs. Oh, that would be a good time.
Should have picked the girl next door, Ozzy, or the client list. One of those.
I could see Todd
Taxi
like,
Cab Confessions.
Oh, there. Oh my God, that show was so good. We need it back in 2023. Uber Confessions.
There we go.
Uber Confessions. There you go.
I could see Todd over in the Cheers bar, and someone walks in, and he's like, "Wait, who are you?" And they're just like, "Out."
Yeah.
Any more what ifs, Ozzy?
That's what I was trying to go through these. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking like, oh man, if I was in this place, that'd be terrible. Or if I was in that place, that'd be fantastic. Write them down in the comments. Let us know. Because that's something I'm very curious about. As I was going through, as these two were going through the channels, I thought to myself, what situation like a classic TV show would I really have a benefit of? And then when they landed on the cartoons, I was like, oh yeah, I want to be right there. I want to be able to pull a pie from my pocket and my pocket be perfectly clean.
I'm just gonna guess you're gonna be Speedy Gonzalez's annoying little uncle or something.
You are incredibly racist.
Wow.
That is a bit much.
How was that racist?
A bit much. Why does it have to be that character? When have you ever known me for my speed?
Well, exactly. That's why.
Like
that's why you're his
guy to you.
That's why you're his annoying uncle. That's slow and loud.
Wow. You might not be fast, but you're very quick-witted. So that
Listen, I would give an appendage to be Wacko. I apologize. I would give an appendage to be because I want to be able to eat that much just to see what it's like.
Well, if I had to be a cartoon, I got to go with Pepe Le Pew.
Oh my
God.
Which cartoon would you be, Greg?
Oh man, that's like so difficult. I think I'd want to be Gurr from Invader Zim. Gurr's just like he lives his life, man. He does it right.
Yeah, I think
especially since Ozzy took Wacko.
See, now I feel like I got to pivot and go with Butthead. That just feels appropriate for me.
I mean, I'm sorry, Greg, but I do watching Animaniacs. I do think if Greg was a cartoon character, he would be Wacko.
Oh, 100%.
All the cartoon characters there are, that would be the case. I just want to know what it's like to eat entire dump truck of food and still be hungry. That's just beyond me.
I don't know if you guys are fans or aware, but that Futurama was back.
Yes.
Yes.
I watched the first couple episodes. I'm
The
enjoying
first
it so
episode
far.
was interesting considering the writer's strike that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Stay Tuned. Available currently as of July 30th on Amazon Prime, available to stream. And of course, you can rent it or purchase it. We highly recommend doing either. And you guys have anything else before we head out for the evening?
No,
Do not.
man, I was really hoping to get a good belch out just in Wacko's honor, but it didn't.
Oh, boy.
happen. I'm sorry.
If only we were able to have flames be edited in, then it would. And then, like, the background would need to change too. Like, the background would need to like turn bright red, like just for a second while the burp is happening.
Have
and
the
then go
scorch
back to
marks
normal.
around when it
Yeah,
comes back.
Sounds like a lot of work.
You're not the producer for nothing. All right.
You're
Well,
just gonna be
ladies-
Todd next show.
I deem thee just Todd.
I can't wait for Ozzy's is just Ozzy.
Even though it should.
That is not funny at all. That's a high level offense. A high level offense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we head out for the evening, just another reminder, if you'd like to check out some live trivia, we'll be hosting all nights this week. Currently, as this episode is airing, I'm at the Monday night Lake Forest Rush Bar and Grill. I should say that on Monday nights, at the Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest at 6:30 every Monday, every Tuesday at the brewery in Placentia at 7 o'clock, every Wednesday in Los Alamitos at Griffin's Grill, beginning at 7:30, and every Thursday at the Honey Pot Meadery in Anaheim, beginning at 7:30 as well. And that is Flesh Wound producer Todd, world famous juggler Greg Larson, and I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here for a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce.
Good night.